Peak Physique Project Day 6, here we go. This, of course, is the free 30-day bodybuilding blueprint that I'm throwing out here for free for you guys to get the best results possible. There's no catch, just follow along and grow. The whole thing started with the introduction, of course, then we were going to talk hard about the training, nutrition, natural supplementation, recovery, and mindset, the fundamental 5 to be specific. We are deep in the middle of the training aspect of it. Last video, we talked about the most important part of training, the rep. This time we're talking about the second most important part of it, beating the logbook. In fact, there are 6 specific reasons that you want to make beating the logbook as part of your entire bodybuilding journey from this day forward, if it's not already. If you've been following along for any length of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of DC training, dog crap training, which is a high-intensity training philosophy that Dante Trudel created many moons ago and it still serves all of us meatheads to this day. That being said, the concept of beating the logbook was never more codified or clarified by anyone than Dante, and he brought that to the surface as being one of the priorities of the entire process of making continuous and progressive improvements over a long period of time. So with that, here are the 6 reasons that you will not only beat the logbook, but live by the logbook from this day forward, if you're serious about bodybuilding. Number 1, progressive overload. The fundamental idea behind beating the logbook is to ensure progressive overload. You're making a continued effort to increase the number of reps or increase the weight or both over a long period of time. Number 2, quantifiable progress. Keeping a detailed logbook allows for a clear, objective measure of progress over time. This data, of course, will be helpful to make informed decisions about training adjustments, nutritional requirements, recovery necessities, thereby optimizing your training strategy for continuous progress. Number 3, motivation and accountability. This is one of my favorites. This is why people ask, how do you stay motivated? It's the logbook if motivation has anything to do with it. But more importantly, it's an accountability measure that is built in within the experience itself that's going to keep you driving towards a better version of you. And this works in 2 ways. Number 1, you get to see what you did before, right? So it gives you a clear measure of your baseline, which in the world of high-intensity training, we always talk about turning your work sets into your warm-ups. And then number 2, not only will that baseline go up over time, but number 2, you'll have the built-in pressure of pushing yourself to beat the logbook. And that's where the accountability comes in to maintain a high level of intensity every time you walk into the gym or get under the bar. And then also continue to look for being a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and then looking forward to tomorrow beating yourself in the sense that you gave your best today. Number 4, you're able to customize your training approach. When you record the information long enough, you start to see patterns. Patterns of rep ranges that work really well for you. Patterns of intensifiers that work really well for you. Patterns of things that you implement then don't work well for you, so you stay away from them. If you don't know how to write your own plan, I'm here to help, but this will also help you, the beating the logbook mentality and focus, to customize your program so that the training blocks and training and the workouts themselves cater to your strengths, navigate through your weaknesses, and then also respond to your recovery capabilities, because everybody's different based on their lifestyle. Number 5, a focus on recovery. How does the logbook correspond to a healthy recovery? You're going to know through the measuring of your own workouts how the body responds the rest of the day. So in action, which is recorded in your logbook, you're going to see how the body responds the rest of the day so that you can recover appropriately so you don't put yourself in a state of overtraining. Do you need to cut sets? Do you need to optimize your intensifiers? Do you need more rest days? You're going to find that out through recording your progress and data in the logbook and beating it along the way. And then number 6, efficiency. Beating the logbook, that mentality, that focus helps keep you focused on beating what's already in the logbook and keeps you accountable to not add more just because you feel like it. The idea is never to drain the tank. Just because you can do more sets doesn't mean you should. The whole goal is to stimulate muscle growth and then move on and let the body do its thing by overcompensating and growing new muscle. If you stick to the program that is recorded in your logbook, you'll be more disciplined to stick to the program every time you work out. And what that does is keep you from training how you feel. Rather, you'll train what is necessary to simulate muscle growth from session to session. So with those 6 things in mind, you're going to make some serious progress in the short term and in the long term, minimizing overtraining, minimizing risk of injury, and maximizing your efficiency, your productivity, your strength and muscle gains, and also your endless motivation to just do better because you want to see a better version of yourself today than you saw yesterday, and tomorrow you want to see a better version of yourself than you did today. This is what discipline looks like. This is what a measured approach to bodybuilding looks like, and it will all be rewarded over a longer period of time. In fact, the longer you do it, the more patterns you see. The longer you do it, the better you get at spotting what works best for your body. And the longer you do it, the better you're going to be. So anyway, hope that helps. Dial into the 6 reasons. If you haven't logged your workouts before, now's the time to start. That's the homework of the day. And in the future here on this 30-day plan, I'll get into the nuance of what a logbook looks like, how I record, and what may be efficient for you to do as well. So anyway, on to the next video.